Just watch Edgington, the new Ari Aster film. And as a huge fan of his work, I can confidently say that I love all of his movies. Aster's storytelling and his cinematography in his films just resonate with me in a way that few directors can achieve. His films tend to be quite decisive. Some viewers hate them, while others absolutely adore them. Edgington is no exception. The film follows a sheriff running for mayor in a small town called Edgington during the pandemic. It unfolds as a satire of the events we experienced as a country during that time. Joaquin delivers an outstanding portrayal of the sheriff. This comes as no surprise, since Phoenix is one of the best actors of our time. He plays a man desperately trying to convince people that the coronavirus isn't as big of a deal as it seems, all while his town conforms to the government's mandates due to the pandemic. His character undergoes immense challenges throughout the film, and Phoenix does an incredible job embodying a small-town sheriff, trying to keep things civil before everything goes crazy. Emma Stone also stars in the film as the sheriff's troubled wife, grappling with her dark past traumas. While she delivers a commendable performance, it's unfortunate that her character has minimal screen time. Her storyline serves primarily as a catalyst for the problems unfolding in the town and in Phoenix's character. Pedro Pascal is another notable presence in the film. He plays the mayor. While he does a fine job, he essentially portrays a character similar to those he's played in recent films. However, he does have some incredibly funny and intense scenes alongside Joaquin Phoenix. Austin Butler makes an appearance but shares a similar fate as Emma Stone. He's only in the movie for a couple of scenes and a few online videos that the characters watch. He does well in his brief role portraying a character that exudes insincerity, but his scenes feel more symbolic than essential to the film's driving narrative. Now let's get into the heart of the movie. Ari Aster is undoubtedly creating a satire on the pandemic. What's intriguing about this film is that while the events seem absurd and unbelievable, they mirror the actual craziness we witnessed during that time. The commentary speaks volumes about the world we live in, highlighting the hypocrisy and absurdity of it all. It was certainly an experience. There's so much to unpack, and I'm sure I missed several nuances during my first viewing. From the moment you start watching, there's an overwhelming sense of something terrible is unfolding, even if you can't quite pinpoint what it is. Aster's films often evoke a sense of dread in me, and Edgington is no exception. If you're someone who understands both sides of the COVID debate and is into some of the politics, you'll likely grasp and appreciate the satire much more. Conversely, if you're not well versed in the politics matter, you might find yourself a bit lost. The first half of the movie is relatively easy to follow, but as the story progresses, you find yourself diving deep into a rabbit hole of conspiracies, violence, and politics. Every event depicted reflects real occurrences from the COVID era. As the movie unfolds, they escalate into chaos, taking a significant turn towards the end. I can easily see critics altering their opinions about this film, potentially give it a low rating. When I watch an Ari Aster film, I genuinely hope this kind of left turn does happen, one that spirals into chaos and wonder, leaving me unable to predict what might happen next. This film certainly delivers on that front. However, this movie is not for your average viewer. It lacks conventional action and is heavily dialogue-driven, with scenes often lingering on a single shot, using camera blocking to introduce new characters and events. I appreciate this style in Ari Aster's films. It adds depth and immersion. The cinematography is equally impressive, with Aster employing effective camera techniques that draw you into each scene. The pacing of the movie is well executed. I found myself fully engaged throughout. I even held off on using the restroom longer than I intended because I was so invested on the unfolding narrative. There are some characters introduced toward the end that might feel out of place, but if you pay attention from the beginning, it's clear that they are foreshadowed. That said, Edgington is a significant departure from Aster's previous works, which lean more towards the horror side. Much of the symbolism can get lost in translation through the characters' performances, and the narrative doesn't feel particularly cohesive. It's undoubtedly an original piece that keeps you thinking long after the credits roll, but you might even find yourself questioning, what did I just watch? Despite its flaws, it's a thought-provoking film that I would love to share with others, and would recommend it to a fellow Ari Aster fan. However, if you're not a fan of his work, I can see how this film might not resonate with you. I encourage you to share your thoughts and comments below if you've seen it, as there is much to discuss. I might even consider making a separate spoiler video to dive into the symbolism and specific scenes, as there is a lot to unpack.